Yo. Hello. Can anyone hear me? Is anyone even online? Oh yeah, it looks like I got 2 viewers online. That's nice. Damn. Alright, so... is anyone even online? Oh yeah, I got a few people online, it looks like. But yeah, so... in today's live stream, I am going to be building up the 60 nuclear power plants. Where are they here? Here you go. The 60 nuclear power plants I need in order to run the world. Now you can see here that off camera I did what's the word I'm looking for? Oh yeah, fully automate nuclear fuel rods here. So this is what all this is right here. I did fully automate them and get everything fully saturated. I do also have awesome sync set up at the end of the lines here, just to make sure they're not getting backed up or anything. But yeah, so in today's video, or sorry, live stream, I'm live streaming this, I do want to see if I can build up some of the nuclear power plants. And now the reason why I'm doing it live is, well, because I think it would be kind of interesting to kind of like see that live or whatever. So yeah, that's why I'm doing it live here. But yeah, anyways, so let's see. I haven't actually figured out how I want to build up the 60 nuclear power plants yet, so I am gonna also have to figure that one out. So let's see here. So the way I wanted this factory to work originally was I wanted the nuclear power plants to be lined up in rows going off this way into the ocean here, which I think is still going to be the general plan, at least. I mean, it should be pretty good. Here, hold on, let's take a look at chat, see if anyone's in chat. Oh yeah, somebody named Knockout is in chat. Hey there. Hope you go... sorry, I hope you guys are enjoying the stream. But anyways, here, so I am gonna have to build out the platform here for quite a ways. I mean, these nuclear power plants aren't exactly small. How much room do they actually take up, actually? If I just place one down here. So it looks like it's gonna take up almost one, like, entire tile blueprint that I made a while back. So that's actually quite a lot of room. That shouldn't be too big a problem, but that is a ton of room it's gonna take up. Which really isn't a problem. I mean, I have nothing but space here, so that shouldn't be too big a problem. So, just to get us started here, I am going to go ahead and build out some foundations going out this way. And so, let's see, if I just start from this end here, switch it to blueprint mode so it can automatically snap. Also, I should probably switch to my regular jetpack here because I'm going to run out of power. Or sorry, run out of the range of the power over there. But anyways, if I just go ahead, keep placing this down, going out this way. So I'm just going to go ahead, place it down, something like that anyways. It might have to go out a bit further than that. So if I just go ahead and do this for all of the rows here. Just a little something like that. Meanwhile, what's going on in chat? Hey there. Oh yeah, so Knockout's also in chat too. And also, if you guys have any, like, questions or whatever about, like, what I'm doing, just feel free to ask in chat. Okay, so it looks like I've ran out of concrete, which is fine. I just have to wait for the dimensional depots to refill. But until then, I still have to figure out how I want to lay out my nuclear power plants here. And so, let's see. I'm going to need 60 nuclear power plants, right? Because I'm making 12 nuclear fuel rods per minute, which can support 60... what is that? 60 nuclear power plants. So how would that work out? Because I want to put them in rows, right? To keep everything organized. So how many nuclear power plants should I put in rows? Oh, you know what? I actually have an idea. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 5 rows of 6 refineries, right? Or 6 manufacturers. Each of them are making 0.4 uranium fuel rods, right? So what is that? 0.4 times that by 6. That's 2.4 uranium fuel rods per line here. And so each nuclear power plant consumes 0.2 nuclear fuel rods per minute, which means I can put 12. What is that? Nuclear power plants in a row, in one row per thing. So I can have 5 rows of 12 nuclear power plants, because 5 times 12 equals 60. So okay, that actually works out really good then. I just have to, well, throw all the nuclear power plants in 5 rows of 12, which actually might work out pretty well. Let's see what chat's saying here. Good job? Oh yeah, I always feel like I'm doing a good job sometimes. But anyways, so actually the one really annoying thing that I'm gonna have to deal with in this build is actually getting the water up to the platform here. Because if I actually just head down here, you can see that I have the nuclear fuel rod set up here up quite a bit. So it is going to be quite annoying to get the water all the way up there because the pipes won't reach all the way up. But, I mean, whatever. That's just something else I have to deal with. But until then, yeah, I think I'm just going to build out the rest of the platform here, which, by the way, do I have concrete? I don't have a whole lot of concrete. I might actually have to head back to base to get some concrete. So I'll just put on my jetpack here. Make sure I don't die on the way down. Let's see, anything else going on in chat? Not really. Oh, it looks like we got 3 viewers up now, which is really good. Anyways, though, so heading back to the main base here just to pick up some concrete. Okay, so if I can do this without dying, I should pick up some concrete and then head straight back. So in this bin right here, pick up as much concrete as I can hold. How much concrete is that, by the way? 7,500 that was, so that should be more than enough concrete to get the job done anyways. Alright, let's see what's going on in chat. Nothing else is going on in chat. Anyways, though, if you guys ever, like, want to ask any questions, just go ahead and ask questions. I'm always happy to answer. Anyways, though, I'm back at my nuclear setup. And so if I just go ahead and... there you go, get my blueprint out. I can go ahead, continue building out the platform here without running out of concrete this time. And actually, hold on a second, let me just go ahead and do something like that. And actually, you know what? If I am gonna make 12 rows, or sorry, 5 rows of 12 nuclear power plants, and one nuclear power plant can fit on one 5x5 tile here, that means it's gonna have to go out 12 tiles. Right? I mean, that, yeah, that's how that would work. Because if you want all of the nuclear power plants to be spaced out evenly, that's how that would work. Right? I think so anyways. I mean, I'll figure it out here in a few seconds. Let's go ahead and place down a few more of these foundation tiles here. Go ahead, fly back up here. And so I'm obviously going to have to build out this platform a lot more. But for right now, I am just going to go ahead and see how exactly I'm going to space out these nuclear power plants. So if I just go ahead here, nuclear power plants. Let's see, so it's going to fit in... Actually, what happens if I put it in blueprint? Oh, because it's not in a blueprint, whatever though. That's going to make my life a bit harder, actually. So if I go ahead, so something like, here, go ahead, hold hologram there. Let's see, so yeah, we want to avoid something like this. I don't want it hanging off the edge, that looks kind of bad. Although that's actually not too bad here because I do need to expand it out. So if I just go ahead and place it here, go ahead and do something like that. So you can see here, it's actually fitting quite nicely on the one tile here, more or less. I should move it forward a little bit more, but it's not too big a deal because I do have the extra, what is it, foundation piece here that I can just expand out, so that works out really nicely. But yeah, I think this is how I kind of want it to be arranged, something like that anyway. Something like that anyways, yeah. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna move it forward slightly and see what that does. Because I want to make sure that all of this stuff is lined up properly, otherwise it's not gonna go very well. And let's try that again. There we go. And so it would be kind of lined up like right here. So, also, how are the inputs and outputs lined up on here? Okay, so you have the uranium fuel rod input and the nuclear waste output on the same level. That's gonna work out pretty interesting belt-wise. Although, I do have a slight idea of how I want to handle that. The water, though, is all the way up there. Which, again, shouldn't be too big a problem. But anyways, though, it looks like everything is lined up more or less correctly. Just go ahead and kind of nudge it a little bit this way. And so, how's that doing? Oh, you know what? It kind of goes over the foundation line here, which is something I don't want. And it's not even remotely lined up with the output line here. So let's see, how much more would I have to move it forward? I have to move it forward quite a lot, actually. So the next tile would be this one here. Oh, you know what? I might have to take up both of these tiles here, which is fine. These things are huge. If I go ahead and just hold it there. And now the reason why I want the nuclear power plants here to be lined up with the outputs here, it's just more of an aesthetic reason than anything. It doesn't have to be lined up, but it'll look nicer if it is. Real quickly, let's see what's happening in chat. Yo, I like your vids. Thank you, bro. Thank you. I appreciate that. Anyways, though. So yeah, if we line it up something a little bit like that, right, more or less, keep everything organized. That also does leave a ton of space behind here for other stuff. What that stuff would be, I'm not really sure. What I am going to have to do, though, is I would have to nudge it a little bit more outwards because it is kind of close to, well, the second floor here, you can see. So I don't know, let's try nudging it a little bit, see what happens. So something a little bit like that, and then have 12 of these in kind of a row. That could work. And then I would have like 5 rows of 12, like I just said. So that might work the way I want it to work. Oh no, let's place a few more down in a row and see how it looks. So if I just go ahead here, actually it would help if I would be on top of the nuclear reactor power plant while I'm doing this, but there you go. So we'll come up with a line there, make sure that it is as close as it's gonna get. So something like that. Place 2 down there. Just go ahead and do the same. And rinse and repeat until I get 5 rows of 12. Pretty simple stuff. So how spaced out are these things? They're pretty spaced out, actually. That's actually pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. So I don't have to space it out any further, which is great. But now here comes the tricky part. What if I want to place another one or another row? So let's see. Yeah, because if I place it something like that, it's too close together. You can't really do much of anything with that little amount of space. So, but then the problem here now is these things are so big that the input line there is going to not be lined up with this next output line. So that's a bit of a problem. How would that work? Unless I push all the lines kind of back a little bit. So instead of having this one kind of like half on half the way I have it here, I would have these reactors placed all the way in the back there, so all of the rows are kind of lined up a little bit. So that might work the way I think it should work. Actually, you know what? Let's just go ahead and try that out and see what happens. So I go ahead and just do that. Grab a nuclear power plant. Just go ahead and do not that. Go ahead and do something like that. Just go hold hologram. And make sure it's all kind of nicely lined up and stuff. Something like that. So yeah, that's about 1 foundation apart from the second floor here, so that's pretty good. So if I just go ahead and place you down, that is more or less placed on top of the 1 foundation here, so that's pretty good. It is not going to be lined up here with this with this output line here, but honestly it's whatever at this point. So if I go ahead and take a second one here, and let's say I want to go ahead and place it down something like that, I have to make sure there's enough belt space too. Because if there isn't enough belt space, then it's going to be quite impossible to do, well, any belt work. So this is like, what, just over a foundation of space for belt work? That's going to be really tight though. That's going to be really tight and I don't want that. So if I just go ahead and kind of nudge it over a little bit more. This is also going to be kind of tight actually, but it's a lot more doable. So if I go ahead and just make my way up to the top here, just kind of place it down something like that. Let's see, is this going to be lined up more or less? More or less, it's kind of lined up. Oh, actually, you know what? I have an idea. What if instead of placing the nuclear reactors like this, I place them the opposite way, so that the inputs are facing right instead of left? I mean, that shouldn't change much of anything, although it is going to look cool from the control tower over there, because you are going to see the front part of the nuclear reactors rather than the back of them. That does mean I'm going to have to build out the foundations a little bit more, which is fine. Let's see what's going on in chat though before I do anything. Hi, this is so cool. Yeah, it is pretty cool. Let's see, so if I just go ahead, place down a few more blueprints going out this way. How many viewers are we having right now? Oh yeah, so we got 7 viewers. That's pretty nice. Go ahead, just place down a few of these. Make sure I go all the way to the end here. So I did go all the way to the end. That's pretty good. So let's see. So if I just go ahead, take a nuclear power plant here, kind of line it up near the end here. Go ahead and just hold hologram. Let's see. Is that going to be enough space? It should be enough space. Just maybe nudge it a little bit more this way. Kind of something like that. Let's see if I can get up on the second floor here. That's pretty good, although it's really far away from its output line here because... Well, although, I mean, you know what, actually, you know what? I think I should forget about lining up the nuclear power plants with the output lines because that's just not going to work very well anyways. So what I think I'm going to focus on is try and evenly space them out and see how I would hook up the output lines from there. So if I want to kind of do it evenly here, I want to make sure I have enough belt space too, because if I don't have enough belt space, then it's going to be really annoying to do any, well, belt work. But you see, something like that, kind of like a foundation or a foundation and a half, or however much space that is, that's pretty good right there. So if I go ahead and... Actually, hold on, let me just check how many... So... Actually, if I want to do this properly, if I go ahead and just place it as close as I can to there, hold hologram, and then just nudge it as far as it will go. That's pretty far. So... Because I want to get this all lined up and look nice, right? So let's say 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if I go ahead and just rinse and repeat that process all the way down, it should all be lined up properly. Go ahead, do something like that, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There you go. So that's 3 out of 5. One, two, three, four, five, six. Do something like that. You know what though? I might actually have to space them out a bit farther than that, because right now as it stands, it's not going to be evenly lined up here. So if I go ahead and do something like that, there's still going to be a ton of space here on the end. So you know what I think? I think I'm gonna give them... Or sorry, I'm gonna space them out a little bit more. And see what happens here. So if I go to here, just go and do... Go ahead and do that, and then just rinse and repeat that for all 5 rows there. So that's 2 rows. You also want to make sure it's lined up too, otherwise it's not going to look very good. Or wait, hold on. Someone said something in chat. 60 nuclear power plants. How did NASA not come and get you? I don't know, bro. I actually don't know. Anyways, so if we just go ahead and do that, and then 1, 2. And I mean, that's definitely way more evenly lined up. If I go to the end here, you know what? Actually, that works out perfectly, because the extra little space on the end there can actually be for the belt work needed for that last row. So that actually works out really nicely. Right? Yeah, that actually works out really nicely. Go ahead and pick up this mantle crate here. Just go ahead and expand out the platform here. And so now from here, I just I have to go ahead and place down, well, 11 more nuclear power plants per row. But before I can even do that, I have to make sure I have enough platform in order to do that. Let's see, how many viewers do we have? We have 7 viewers. That's pretty good. Alright, so I'm pretty sure that should be enough platform for, well, 12 nuclear reactors in one row. Although it's not too big a deal if I have to make it a bit longer. But whatever, from here I just have to now go ahead and place down It's a bit annoying placing them down sometimes, but go ahead and do something like that. Now, I would have made a nuclear power plant blueprint, but the nuclear reactor actually can't fit inside the Mark II blueprint designer, which is actually super annoying. Because if I wanted to build up, like, I don't know, say something crazy like 150 nuclear power plants, and I had a really specific plan or whatever, and it required a nuclear power plant blueprint. Wow, I can't speak. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is it's kind of annoying. Come on. There you go. Sometimes it does help to hold hologram and then nudge it, but usually I just kind of try and do it like this. I find it's quicker when you're building a ton of stuff up in a row at the same time. So how many is that? That's 3, 6, 7. Wow, that's only 7. That's a lot, actually, and that's only 7. It's got to go out another, how many is that? I don't know. And then I have 4 more rows I have to build. Do I have enough? Oh, I'm running out of cable too, I just realized that. No, yeah, but what I was gonna say just before that is, do I actually have enough supercomputers to do all this? Because it requires 10 supercomputers, right? Now, I have automated the supercomputers like a while ago now, so it has been just running in the background, running for a while now, so I should have enough supercomputers. But if I don't, then, well, I mean, I just have to AFK for a while until I do. And I'm out of concrete again. That's kind of annoying. So you know what I'm actually going to go and do? I'm going to go ahead, real quickly make sure I have a ton of inventory space. Pick up a ton more concrete. What is it? Cable, and see how many supercomputers I have left too. That's also important. Let's see what chat's saying real quick. You will become big YouTuber someday. I hope I do. Wouldn't that be nice? Anyways, though, if I just go ahead and fly myself all the way back to the base here and just go ahead and pick up some stuff. How long have I been streaming for, by the way? It's already been 38 minutes. Wow. Time flies when you're having fun, right? Alright, let's see how many views we have. Oh, 9 views already. Oh, we only have 3 current viewers, which is fine. I'm pretty happy with that. I do realize I'm streaming this on a Sunday morning, so I mean, it's to be expected. I'm not going to get a whole ton of viewers. Although what I think I'm going to do, though, is I'm probably going to stream more on Twitch because, well, Twitch is more, I don't know, how would you say that? Like, I don't know, better built for streaming than YouTube is. So I might do some more streaming more on Twitch than on YouTube. But anyways, though, for right now, I'm just gonna keep streaming on YouTube. And if you guys like me streaming on YouTube, I'll stay on YouTube. Anyways, though, that's a bit of a rant. But if I just go ahead to my supercomputer area over here. Oh yeah, I got myself a ton of supercomputers. I'm pretty good. Go ahead and take a couple stacks of those. Just make sure I got some in my inventory. What else did I need? I also need a cable. So if I just go down to this container right here, pick up some cable. There you go. What else do the nuclear power plants need? They also need aluminum sheets and... Wow, 25 heavy modular frames. That's actually a ton of modular frames. So... let's see, are the heavy modular frames on this level? No, they're on the next level up here. And actually right here, while I am here, I'm going to go ahead and take a couple stacks of those. Make sure I got enough aluminum sheets, and then go ahead and pick up some heavy modular frames, just so I'm not running out of those either. There we go. Alright, so I think I am all prepared now to go ahead and build up some more nuclear power plants. So if I just go ahead and launch myself, I can go ahead and head back to base. That's a big factory. It is a big factory. Or not, my starter factory is kind of small. This factory, though, is pretty big here. Let's see, though. Where were we? Oh, yeah, we were building nuclear power plants. But before we build more nuclear power plants, I have to expand this out a lot more. And actually, while I'm here, have I reached the world border yet? I have not, which is good. That means I can keep expanding this out without worrying about reaching that. So, I built it out one too many. Anyways, though. Also, another thing I also do kind of want to explain real quickly is, as far as like where I want to put the plutonium fuel rod setup too, to get rid of the nuclear waste, I was thinking about building it out more this way instead of out that way. Simply because, well, I'm worried about hitting the world border. And also, I think it's just going to be easier. I think if I flow all the nuclear waste out this way, rather than going it out forwards. But anyways, that is like way future me problems. Go ahead and build out some more foundations. Let's see what's going on in chat. Nothing much. That's fine though. Oh yeah, by the way, for the people who are in chat, is all the audio okay? Because, I mean, this is my first time streaming, so... I mean, is that all the... Well, yeah, like, all the audio, like the background music and... everything alright? Anyways, though, so this should be... Okay, yeah, so it is okay. That's okay. That's good then. Anyways, though, so there should be enough platform to build out the rest of the nuclear power plants here. So this was how many I said? 7? What was that? Yeah, 3, 6, 7. So go ahead and place this one down. 8. What am I missing? Oh, I'm concrete. I'm missing concrete. I'm really missing concrete? I just filled up on concrete, though. I have to wait a few minutes now for concrete to do its thing. Till then, I'm just gonna go ahead and... 3, 4, 5... 1, 2, 3... 6... 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I do only need to build one more, and then I'm finished this row, which is pretty good. Surface is uneven. What, do I need to really build it out that much more? Really? And I'm out of concrete again. That's nice. Oh, you know what though? Actually, I am making like, what is it, 1800 concrete per minute? Or sorry, not 1800 concrete. That's how much limestone I'm using. I'm making, what is it, like 550 concrete per minute? What I can do is some of these constructors back here should be backed up enough for me just to steal a stack of concrete. So yeah, I mean, if I just go to this refinery over here, just go ahead and steal the concrete out of here, so I don't have to fly all the way back to base anyway. Something like that anyway, so I now have 2200 concrete. Actually, you know what I should do is I should probably hook up some power lines going out this way so I can use my hover pack. Right? I mean, should I do that? Because then I would have to take those lines down in the future because I don't want the nuclear power plants and the uranium fuel rod production on the same grid. You know what? I'm just gonna stick with my jetpack. It's doing pretty well for right now anyways. So I just go ahead and place that down. So is that actually... Yeah, okay, so I'll just go ahead. Place down the last row of foundations here. This should be enough foundations. There we go. So that is what 12 nuclear power plants look like in a row, and I have to build 4 more rows. You can see there, which is, well, a ton of rows. Wait, hold on, I'm just looking at chat here. Yo, bro, where are you? Is it on Earth? Like, where am I from? I'm from Canada, obviously. I have a pet penguin. I also do have myself a pet wolf. I named him Diefenbaker. Okay, so I am missing cable and concrete again. I am starting to notice a problem here, and that is I keep running out of cable and concrete. Right, yeah. So that's pretty annoying. Let's see though, how would I solve that? Actually, I do have an idea, and that is if I go to the MAM, and if I go to Alien Technology, I could upgrade the upload rate to 240 items per minute. I do need 23 Sommers loops, or sorry, Mercer spheres. How many Mercer spheres do I actually have? I have 17 Mercer spheres. So close, but yet so far. Actually, how many Mercer spheres are there in this little area? Because I do have a radar. There are 14 Mercer spheres in the area. Of course it doesn't tell you where they are, though. That would be too easy. But, I don't know, I guess that's some information. At least you know there's 14 Mercer spheres within, I don't know, this general area. Okay, so you know what I'm gonna do actually? Where is... So I do have some, what is it, copper nodes claimed, and I do have a ton of limestone. Now what I could do is I could just set up a super temporary, like, concrete and cable setup if I really wanted to. I should probably do that because this is starting to get super annoying. Or I could just fly back to base and just completely load up on cable and concrete, as well as some more aluminum sheets, because that's going to start running a bit low too any minute now. So I'm going to go ahead and fly back to the main base here. Is the factory on Earth? It is not. It is on an alien planet. I forget what they call it, but it's somewhere on an alien planet. And as far as the location of where the factory is on the planet, or on the map here, it is in the swamp biome. And the reason why I chose the swamp biome is because, like I did mention, it has, well, pretty much all of the resources I needed in the right amount of quantities too, in order to make everything up. So what I mean by that is it does have, well, all of the copper, iron, limestone. It even has a ton of caterium over this way. Another bonus too is it actually has a crude oil node over there. It is impure though, but it's also good to have if I do need oil products in this general area here anyways. And it also does have a nitrogen gas node there, which is good because I'm also going to have to make nitric acid in order to process the nuclear waste. Another thing I'm actually just curious about too, that's a lot of turbo motors. That's pretty good. Anyways though, kind of off topic. Go ahead and pick up some more fuel too while I'm at it, because I'm running kind of low. But anyways, if I just go ahead, pick up a ton of concrete. Just an absolute boatload of concrete. And same thing with the cable. Pretty much all of my cable. And then those last 3 spots there can be for aluminum sheets. Is there animals on it? Yes, there... If you're talking about the map here, there are animals in the game, but I do have passive mode enabled, so they're not going to attack or anything. Looks like I'm going to fall short here. That's pretty annoying. Let's see if I can actually land on the belt highway here, so I don't have to walk a whole ton. Come on, come on. Can I do it? Oh, I ran out of gas. And I'm almost dead. That's not very good either. Go ahead and just do something like that real quick, and then go ahead and switch out my jetpack for the hover pack here, so I can go ahead and fly myself up to the base. And actually, another thing I do want to double check here is what is the throughput rate of the uranium. 600 per minute and 600 per minute. That's actually perfect because I am only transporting 600 per minute each. So that actually works out pretty well. And also another side note too, I did do some off-camera work also to the back of the uranium area here too from my last video. So all I really did was just move the awesome sinks to over here and over here. And I also did add a bit of a buffer system here so I won't run out of uranium in a emergency case scenario. I have to go, sorry. Oh, it's okay, man. You can keep watching later. Anyways, though, if I just go to here, switch to my backpack, I can go ahead and just keep on building nuclear power plants for a while anyway, until I need more concrete or cable. Now again, this is pretty much the easy part of this whole build. The hard part is actually going to be getting all the belt work done and everything. Let's see, just go ahead and do that. How many? Oh, it requires 200 cable per... Oh, that's why it's sucking up all of my cable, because it requires a stack of nuclear power plant per nuclear power plant. That's actually insane. But it's okay because I have myself a pretty good cable system. Let's see, I'm just looking at chat here. I heart nuclear waste, it gives me tingles. Oh yeah, nuclear waste will make you feel all nice and tingly on the inside. It also makes you glow in the dark too, so... I mean, that's also a bonus. You're pretty much a portable light source at that point. Let's see, I'm looking at chat here. Yummy. Oh yeah, nuclear waste also tastes great. A ton of calories too in nuclear waste. All you really need to do is just... I forget the actual amount of calories nuclear waste has, but I think it's like 13 billion calories per gram. So that'll pretty much keep you going for the rest of your life. And so just like that, I also did finish a second row here, so halfway done. Let's see, how are we doing on cable and concrete? It's kind of turning into a bit of a meme now. 43 concrete and 1600 concrete, or sorry, 1600 cable. So I am doing pretty good on both. No, it's 3 megagrams per calorie. Okay, so yeah, it's something like that. I thought it was something like that anyways. You can type equations into the search bar. Oh yeah, I already knew that. But yeah, it's actually really helpful too, because if you need to do quick calculations, it's actually pretty cool. So, oh no, actually, let's see. Just to demonstrate here, so one nuclear power plant will take, or will produce 10 nuclear waste per minute, right? So 10 times 60 equals 600 nuclear waste, which is a ton of nuclear waste, but that's all right. I've already planned for that, more or less anyways. I actually have to double check my notes on that now, but I think I planned for 600 nuclear waste. I also keep forgetting you can nudge stuff too. Drop it off the cliff of sadness. Oh yeah, well that is actually one method of getting rid of the nuclear waste, is just to drop it off the map. But the way, I think, because I remember watching a video or something about it a while ago, but that's actually not a very good idea because it's a permanent source of lag, and if you do it enough times, it's just going to absolutely bog down your game or something, if I remember it. Or you can just store it. I could just store it, but if I'm producing 600 nuclear waste, right, per minute, and an industrial storage container has... Yeah, that, I mean, that's going to be like, what, one industrial storage container every few minutes. So I'm going to have, like, at least 1,000 storage containers lined up, and that'll only last, well, not maybe a while, but not a super long time. So that's why I want to build a plutonium setup, just to make sure that I can actually produce, or sorry, get rid of nuclear waste, because I really don't want to deal with that. Yeah, they did actually get out a way of getting rid of nuclear waste. So if you go to the particle accelerator, you can make plutonium pellets, which also goes into, or this is an alternate recipe I unlocked, but you can also do instant plutonium cells, which turns non-fissile uranium into plutonium cells, which can then be made into plutonium fuel rods, which you can then sink in the awesome sink, therefore getting rid of all the nuclear waste. It is quite a long process though, because then you have to make all of the non-fissile uranium, which I believe is made in the blender. Yeah, it's made in the blender here, but essentially you have to get the nuclear waste here. Silica, nitric acid, sulfuric acid. It makes non-fissile uranium, and then you have to turn the non-fissile uranium into... Well, like I just mentioned, I do have the alternate recipe where you can just turn it straight into plutonium cells. But if you don't have that alternate, then you have to turn it into plutonium pellets and then turn plutonium pellets into plutonium cells. You can just use plutonium fuel rods as nuclear energy. I could do that, but from what I remember, there's actually no way to get rid of plutonium nuclear waste, because it's a different kind of nuclear waste apparently. And from what I remember, you actually can't get rid of it. So it's just going to be a permanent source of radiation in your world. Have you ever thought how much energy you get back? I actually have. And so now again, the rough estimation for the entire like uranium fuel rod and also the plutonium setup, I think is going to take somewhere between 10 and 15,000 megawatts, and 60 nuclear reactors. Actually, if we just go ahead and do the math here, they each produce, what is it, 2,500 times that by 60, so that's 150,000 megawatts. So I am definitely making a lot more energy than I'm using. Drop the plutonium off the edge, it solves the problems. It does solve the problem of getting rid of it, just dropping it into the void, but like I said earlier, it's going to be a permanent source of lag if you do it enough times. Hey there. Oh, you're back. Knockout's back. And I'm out of cable again. You know what, actually, what I'm gonna do... Where's the nearest copper node? Let's see if I just look up copper. Are those really the only two copper nodes? And I'm using all of the copper? No, there's one all the way up there. Oh, really? Is that really the only copper node? Seriously? Damn. That kind of sucks, actually. Because what I wanted to do was I could just totally set up a temporary cable thing at the base here, so I don't have to keep running back and forth across the map. This looks like a cool game. What is it? It's called Satisfactory. Best way that I can explain it is it's kind of like a logistics-based game. Like, it involves a lot of math, if you like that kind of stuff. It also, yeah, I mean, it's just a really good game in general. I really do like it. I think I have like over 600 hours now in the game, which is pretty nice. I love math. Oh yeah, I love math too. I actually really do like math because it brings order to chaos. At least I think it does anyway, because everything is nice and controlled. Everything is planned out. There's no, what is it? Unknown variables? Or there are unknown variables, but, what's the best way to explain it? I really hope you understand what I'm trying to say, though, is you know everything for mostly everything in the equation. Best way I can put it anyways. I hate math sometimes. It can be kind of boring sometimes. Do you love math? Did you use it for your nuclear reactor? I did. My nuclear reactor setup. I did do a lot of math. Because... Well, actually, let me just go ahead and explain the math right now, because this whole uranium fuel rod setup is making 12 uranium fuel rods per minute, right? And so... And each nuclear reactor uses up 0.2 nuclear fuel rods per minute, right? So if we go 0.2 times 60, that's 12. So I am making enough nuclear fuel rods. And having 5 rows of 12 here, since each row of manufacturers here is lined up in 6 manufacturers per row, that's making 2.4 nuclear fuel rods, which is enough to feed 12 nuclear power plants. So that's just kind of summarized math on how I'm doing that. For real though, math can be boring, but it is sometimes. For example, yeah. Math in factory games hurts my brain. It can hurt your brain sometimes. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, none of this math was easy. I mean, at some points, I know it's going to sound kind of silly, but it was kind of scary looking at the numbers, because some of the numbers were like really oddball kind of numbers, and I had to kind of figure it out. But in those kind of situations, if it gets really kind of like scary or intimidating, you know, I just go ahead and kind of like take a step back and then look at it again and kind of like help process like what's kind of going on. At least that's kind of like my kind of like thought process, because definitely like when I first came up with the idea of building up 60 nuclear power plants, I mean, that was like really intimidating to me, math-wise anyways. But you know, over the course of a few hours or a day or so or whatever it was, I did get more comfortable with the numbers, if you will. I know it sounds silly, but it is a thing. Anyways though, if I just go ahead and keep building, am I really down to my last 2 rows here? I think I am, which is actually really good. So if I just go ahead and oh yeah, that's right, I was having problems with my cable. That's what I was thinking about before. Anyways, but yeah, so the nearest thing of copper is all the way up there. Or no, actually, this node that I'm using down here, I'm actually not fully utilizing it, am I? Right? If I just go all the way down to the bottom of the factory. You know, a factory game mixed with a fighting game sounds cool. Oh yeah, definitely. Because Satisfactory also has... I wouldn't call it exactly like an FPS game, but it does certainly have like a fighting element to it. Although I do keep the mobs on passive though, just because I do want to focus more on the actual like factory building part of it than the actual like, I don't know, PvP part of it, or PV... Yeah, PvP part of it or whatever. Let's see. Oh yeah, so I can totally just... Sorry for that. I can totally just do that. And then... Let's see, I would need a splitter somewhere like about here. Go ahead and get... Well, I would first need a smelter. right? Just to smelt some copper ingots. Then to turn the ingots into wire. Something a little bit like that. And then take the wire and turn it into cable. Let's see what's going on, chat. Sounds like an education game, to be honest. It does, it is educational. Like, it does really help out with basic math skills, like, well, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division in like a really cool interactive way. Because, well, unlike in school, because in school you're looking at like just straight numbers, like, I don't know, 30 times 5, for example. But like in Satisfactory, you'll have 30, or you'll have 5 smelters making 30 copper ingots per minute, right? So it's more interactive that way. So it is, I wouldn't say easier, but it makes it a lot more funner, I guess, to do the math. Also, another thing I need to do is just go ahead and there we go. Anyways, though, so if I go ahead, I'm making 30 wire, right? So cable, it needs 60. Well, I'm not making 60, but it only makes 30. I can just go ahead and do something like that. I don't really care how efficient it is. I just need this to make cable. And then hook it up to the power somewhere. There we go, right there. And then just drop off a bit of a industrial storage container right there. Make a hypertube cannon. I already do have a hypertube cannon going all the way back to base. The problem is, though, back at base, I've pretty much already depleted all my cable stocks, which I actually didn't think that would be possible. Or no, I did think it was possible, but I had so much cable that I thought it would take a while. But I mean, I guess if you're going to use a stack of cable to make one nuclear power plant and you're building 60 of them, I guess it was a matter of time. But yeah, I do have a hypertube cannon here that launches me to and from base. And actually, I really do like launching from it because you can see the entire map. You can even see my existing fuel generator set up over there. And then I have my oil production and aluminum over there. I have my space elevator factory over there too. Hold on, I'm trying to read chat and fly at the same time here, but also, have you seen... I have not actually seen dev hypertubes. I think that's what you're trying to say anyways. I have not. The hypertubes I built right here are just the ones that I built myself using blueprints and whatever, so that's what I did there. Texting and flying is so unsafe, bro. Pilots do it all the time, so... But no, I get where you're trying to get at. Flying and texting is unsafe. You should make Payday and... Payday, is that a game? On Steam, Payday? Developer integrated. Oh, developer intended hypertubes? It's a robbing game. I think that's what a robbing game. Sorry, I'm having trouble reading chat. Just chat's super small because I have it up on a small screen in OBS, so it's kind of hard to read chat sometimes, but okay, so I'll check out Payday, see what it is. Maybe I'll play it. Payday 2 goes on sale for like $2. Really, that cheap? That's kind of cheap for a game. Real quickly though, there's a big problem here. I'm out of cable. That's not very good at all. Am I really that out of cable? If I can spell it right, that is. Cable, yeah, I only do have 635. That's not very good at all. Actually, one thing I can do is if I can locate my cable setup somewhere around here. I am only making 30 per minute, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into here and grab Sommer's loops. Go ahead and do something like that, so I can make 60 per minute now for the cost of 1. A nice 2-for-1 deal there. That's very, very nice. Actually, that's kind of my most favorite part with the Sommer's loops, is you can get like essentially a 2-for-1 deal if you put in the Sommer's loop in there. Let's see. Payday 3 is overhyped. It's not that good, to be honest. I mean, I've never heard of Payday, so I have no comment on that. Good graphics, that's all? Okay. I'll keep that in mind then. Payday 2 is $10, that's it? Okay. I mean, I'll check it out, see if I'll make a video on it or not. It sounds interesting, actually. Payday. Another game I had suggested to me a couple weeks ago now, I think it was Project Zomboid. And I was looking at it, and it actually looks like a pretty interesting game. Just, the problem is it costs like 26 bucks on Steam, right? I do have it in my wish list waiting for it to go on sale, but it is a bit pricey for me. And I almost died. Anyways though, what was I doing? Oh yeah, cable. I was trying to figure out how to fix my cable situation. So are you guys actually like making cable? Or what's going on? You're not doing anything because why? Because you're not hooked up? That would be why. Go ahead and hook you up. And make me cable so I can go ahead and do stuff. Hello. Hey there, how are you guys doing? To those who are just joining the stream, I am building 60 nuclear power plants. I just have a bit of a cable shortage right now. Trying to take care of that as soon as possible. Let's see, actually, real quickly. I have 8 people watching right now. That's pretty good, actually. That's more than what I was expecting. Oh, come on. This game is giving me Subnautica above water vibes. Oh, yeah. Actually, if there's another game I really enjoy playing, it's Subnautica. Like, I mean, for one thing, the graphics are, like, super amazing. I really love the graphics of Subnautica. And also, like, the exploration part of Subnautica is also really nice. Because, like, first starting off, you, like, start off in, like, the safe shallows. But then later in the game, you go, like, all the way down, like, 2,000 plus meters. And, like, find a bunch of alien stuff. Me too, I love it. Oh yeah, so you like Subnautica too? I mean, what do you think? Should I make a video on Subnautica? I mean, I think it would be a pretty interesting video and switch things up because right now my entire channel is just Satisfactory and Space Engineers, right? So I think it would be nice to change some things up every now and again. That's Subnautica 1. Yeah, I mean, the original Subnautica is way better than Below Zero. I mean, the only thing I do like about Below Zero is the sea truck, because it's like super modifiable. But that's really about it. Apart from that, Below Zero is kind of like, I don't know, I would say it's pretty mid. Let's see, I'm out of cable again, right? Because, yeah, I'm out of cable. So let's see if this cable setup is actually working down here. If I can open it here. So 91 cable, that's pretty good. It's not working quite as fast as I need it to, though. So you know what I'm going to do with this one, too? So I'm going to put a Somers loop in it temporarily. Just like that. So it will now make 60. And actually, wait, do I have... Oh, I actually do have enough to build up another dimensional depot. So what I could do, even temporarily, is just set up a dimensional depot. Just kind of something like that. So I think my cable issues should be more or less solved. If I search it up here. Yeah, there you go. Look at the upload speed. That's going pretty fast now. Let's see what's going on in chat. Mid, yeah, but the story is good. I mean, it's alright. The story for Subnautica Below Zero, I mean, it's not bad, but it's not like anything to get super hyped up about. This looks modded. It is not modded. I actually don't know how to get mods on Satisfactory because the mod loader I have currently is Vortex, which is used by Nexus, I believe. And I mainly use it for like Fallout 4 and Fallout New Vegas mods. But they don't really have any Satisfactory mods, so I'm not really sure where to actually get Satisfactory mods. But if I actually do ever figure out how to get Satisfactory mods, the one mod that I would totally get is the daylight mod, so I can like always have it be daytime, if that makes sense. So like I don't have to worry about it getting super dark while I'm doing stuff. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that you can totally do nudging now. Come on. There you go. The reason why Payday 2 is so cheap is because there are thousands of DLCs. Oh, really? So it's gonna be kind of like, I don't know, City Skylines, where it's like, oh yeah, it's only 15 bucks, but then there's like 30 DLCs you have to download for it to be playable. Not really. So like the DLCs, it's not like a free-to-play, pay-to-win kind of game, so... Before I got like a couple DLCs, I played till level 70. Okay. Because the one thing I hate the most are like free-to-play, but like... Or not free-to-play, but like... I don't know, best example would be kind of like... Actually, The Sims 4, because I did try playing The Sims 4... Oh no, forever ago. But the problem is they have like, what is it, 150 DLCs? And you need to buy... What is it, at least a couple dozen of them for the game to be playable? Like, that's the stuff I hate. The most with video games like that. DLCs are needed if you want cool stuff. Okay, so... That's alright. Payday 2 doesn't need DLCs, if that's what you're thinking. Yeah, because... I mean, again, going back to the example of kind of like... With Sims 4, right? Again, I only do have like 10 hours. I haven't really played it, but like... For those 10 hours or couple days I played it for... Like, I felt like I needed to buy at least a few DLCs for the game to be playable. So, that's what kind of turned me off with Sims 4. And also City Skylines, too, kind of. Because with City Skylines... a couple of those mods, I wouldn't say are required, but they make playing the game easier. If that kind of makes sense. There's 100 different heists without DLCs and then like 15 more with. Okay, yeah, so that's pretty good. Okay, so you can... So the DLCs are like... just different maps and different playable characters then, right? Because if it's really just like different like maps and playable characters, then I don't really care too much about that kind of stuff. It's just the kind of stuff where it's like something that's really game changing and like it'll make playing the game easier or like something like that, but then they put it behind a paywall. I mean, that's just kind of like annoying, I would say. So yeah, if you want, unless you want a kind of crossbow. So yeah, like again, so it seems like the way you're describing it, most or all of the DLCs are just like character add-ons and stuff. Like you can totally play the game without DLCs, which is nice. Keep running out of cable. Cable. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Oh, wait, what's the message above it? Like I was doing just as well. Okay. I ate the cables. They were very tasty spaghetti. Yeah, I mean, cables, they definitely very... The cables do definitely have a very rubbery taste to them, but... I mean, I find it to be alright. And by the way, he has like $100 of DLCs or something. I mean, if you're spending $100 worth of like DLCs, like not even on a game, but just DLCs, like you have to like really love that game. Like it's literally the only game you play from like the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. It's just that game if you're spending $100 on it. He has been playing for 5 years. Okay, well, I mean, I guess that's something. If you've been playing the game for 5 years. I mean, for Satisfactory, I've been playing the game now for like, what is it now, 2.5 years, and I have about, I think it's 650 hours in the game. So, I mean, there's that. Damn. Yeah, I mean, but 650 hours, I mean, it sounds like a lot, but then you go on YouTube and you see people where it's like, oh yeah, I spent 1,000 or 1,500 hours in one world. It's like, that's kind of insane. If you're spending that much time in one world too, like, that's just how much time you're spending in one world, not even your total game time hours. Like, that's a ton of time you're spending just towards the game. Which is what I actually love about Satisfactory. Because it is one of those games where you can totally spend thousands of hours playing it and will never get old. I shouldn't say never get old or repetitive. It will get old and repetitive, but I don't know, it's just like one of those games that will, I mean, never like, I don't know, like, I don't know the best way to explain it, but it's like, it's one of those games that'll never get old. Like, you'll always enjoy playing it. Is People Playground and you have 274 hours? Actually, you know what? I have People Playground also, and I think I do have, what is it, 80 something hours on it? So, I can totally understand how you have 274 hours. That game can get pretty addicting after a while. On Steam, yeah. Yeah. Anyways, though, on a total side note, I am almost done building all 60 nuclear reactors. At least physically placing them down. I still have to do all the belt work and stuff, which is going to be really annoying. But this has actually taken me quite a bit longer than I actually thought it was going to take, because how long have I been doing this now? An hour and 40 minutes I've been doing this now. I thought I was going to be done this in at least like maybe 45 minutes. But I mean, that's kind of also the beauty with Satisfactory, is like, just things taking a while to do. Like, you actually feel like you get that like sense of hard work, like you actually did put a ton of work into this kind of stuff. I had 360 hours on Minecraft and 320 on Fortnite. Okay, you know what though, Minecraft? I've been playing Minecraft since I was like 6 years old. I have at least over 15,000 hours. I have been playing Minecraft for over, what is that now? It's got to be over 10, 15 years now. Or not 15 years, that I'm not that old. But yeah, definitely something like maybe 11 or 12 years now. And as far as Fortnite goes, I mean, I don't really like Fortnite, just because I'm like super bad at FPS games. I've never been really good at FPS games, which is why I like playing Satisfactory, because it's a nice and chill game, right? Like, you're not yelling at 8-year-olds or raging at 8-year-olds on Fortnite kind of thing. You can just kind of sit back and relax and do whatever. Cable. I only have 139, it looks like. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get rid of the dimensional depot here so I can have time just to stack up. Actually, another thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Just absolutely max the heck out of it. And then I'm going to put a Somers loop in there too. I need to overclock the smelter though if I ever want this to be the least bit efficient. 75 copper. How much copper am I going to need? Oh yeah. That'll be enough. But that now I am making, what is it? 150 cable per minute now. I should have myself a ton of cable backed up there. I'm bad at Fortnite, but I'm getting better. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess that's one of the things with Fortnite is, I mean, it is one of those games where it's like, it's going to take you a while to get good at it, but once you're good at it, you're really good at it, I guess. I mean, I guess that's just kind of the same for all games, really. Because even with Satisfactory here, I mean, first starting out, like in my first world, I mean, I had a really hard time trying to understand what was going on, but in the end, and 600 hours later, I am now building up a mega nuclear power plant, so all it really takes is just time and practice to get good at stuff. Me and Knockout are a good duo, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, it looks like you guys are really getting along pretty good. Let's see, how much cable has this made in the past minute? It's made 300 cable in the past 2 minutes, which actually checks out. It's making 150 cable per minute. That's actually really good now because I don't have to wait on cable anymore. But let's see, the copper here is still moving through, right? It's not being bottlenecked by it. So yeah, it looks like it's still doing pretty good. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm probably just gonna hang out just down here and wait for a bunch of copper to build up. Or sorry, cable. Wait for a bunch of cable to build up. Because I'm getting kind of tired running back and forth for cable. And I really do only have just a few more nuclear power plants to go to, so... I don't know, let's see what chat's saying so far right now. Let me go ahead and just scroll through chat. Let's see, so that's... How much cable do I need? I do need a ton of cable. Wait, I'm already at 330 subs? There's no way. Hold on a second. I actually have to double check that. I started at 220 this morning. No way I gained 10 subs in one day, bro. Actually? Wait, I actually need to double check that. You have been playing for 2 hours. Yes, I have. No way, I'm already at 329 subs, bro. That's actually pretty good. I should live stream more often. Actually, that is a good question. I mean, do you think I should live stream more often? I mean, I actually really do like live streaming because... I mean, I get to sit here and talk to you guys, and I also get to do stuff in my game. Yes, do more live streaming. I'm definitely going to live stream something else next time. Because as much as I like Satisfactory, it can get boring after a while. Actually, one thing I have been thinking about making a video on, or maybe even live streaming, was maybe doing some modded Minecraft, like RLcraft possibly, or maybe a different kind of mod. Because, I don't know, I just think that would be pretty interesting to see, right? Live Subnautica? Oh, that would actually be really cool. Live Subnautica? Because, yeah, Live Subnautica, I mean, that would be... Or make a new Subnautica world? Oh, yeah. Or Payday? Definitely Payday. I am... That's definitely on the bucket list of games that I want to try out. Subnautica, though, that would actually be really cool. And I'm out of cable again. That's nice. I swear it's a meme at this point. Just cable. I'm making 150 per minute though. Right? Is that how much I'm making? Or no, that's at my main base. I'm only making 60 per minute. Down here, I'm making 150 per minute because I have the Sommers loop in it, and then I fully overclocked it. Cable. Yeah, cable. It's a bit of a meme at this point. But you know what? It's okay. My cable troubles are almost over. I really do only need to build up a few more nuclear power plants. And then I can worry about the belt work. So I actually think I should have enough cable to finish the rest of the nuclear power plants now. Let's see, how many do I actually need to build up? Is it only one left? Do I really only need to build one, or is it two? Okay, it's two, but still, I think I have... Okay, yeah, I have 800 cable. I have more than enough cable to finish it. So if I go ahead and just... Okay, this is the last nuclear power plant I have to build, bro. This is the last one, and then I have to deal with belt work, which is arguably worse. But just like that, this is what 60 nuclear power plants looks like. You know, the smart thing to do in this case would actually to be counting them all. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Well, that was a weird lag spike right there. But anyways, though, it does look like I have 12 in a row here, and then 5 rows. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. So I do have enough rows. Let's see here, though, because now I have to think about the belt work and how I want to do that. So let's see, actually, if we just go to the input and output area here. So you have the water up there, and then the nuclear fuel rods, and then the uranium waste, or nuclear waste. So here's what I'm thinking, right? We have... Oh, you can't do that because it's going to block the nuclear waste from coming out. Shoot. You are at 330 subs. Am I? Really? Damn. That's actually really good. I'm really happy. I should live stream more often. Let's see though. If I put a splitter there, right? And then it's just kind of going wherever. I would need... Well, it would have to be a merger because I'm merging it, right? So it would have to go something like that, right? No, but that wouldn't work either because then this belt would intersect with that and that wouldn't work very well. Ooh, there always got to be a problem. Or, hear me out now. Hear me out. Go ahead, place this down kind of in the middle. And then place a merger on top. So I can go ahead and do something like that. Because that way, the intake isn't blocked. And both belts can continue on their merry way for the end of time. So that actually I think is the way I kind of want to design that. 331. Really? I'm over 330 subs now. Wow. You know, actually, when I started my YouTube channel, how long has it been now? 8 months ago? I never actually thought I would get this far. I thought I would totally give up after a month or two, but if you're really stubborn about it and you keep trying. Anyways, though, if I focus on the belt work, bro, focus. Let's see here, though. Right, because then if I continue it down this way, right? And then just keep going and going and going, it should... And then... Oh, wait, but the water... But then there's the water... Oh, no, wait, no, because... Oh, no, wait, how am I going to line up my water extractors? That's another one, too, I'm going to have to deal with now. Oh, no, wait, you know what? How much water do you need? 240 water. And one water extractor produces 120 water per minute, which means I need 120 water extractors because 60 times 2 is 120. Obviously, so then each nuclear power plant needs 2 water extractors. Or I can do 1 water extractor but overclocked, which I might actually do just to make my life a bit easier. I don't know, what do you think? Should I have 2 water extractors or 1 overclocked water extractor? Or do you guys care at all? I mean, either way, it's gonna get 240 water per minute. But if I am, because then I have to reconfigure it for the two water extractors, you think I should go 2 then? Bro's just spamming 2. Okay, well, if I'm gonna go with 2 water extractors, right? That's 120 water extractors, right? How much do they cost? That's actually not bad. I have a ton of rotors, reinforced iron plates, and copper sheets. So that actually isn't too bad. If I need to build 120. Although the one really annoying thing, though, is going to actually be lining them up down in the water, though, because if I actually head down to the water line here... Actually, what would be the easiest way of lining them up? Is the water even deep enough for water extractors? It better be deep enough. It is deep enough, okay. Wouldn't it suck if I built this whole thing and the water here wasn't deep enough? I mean, that would really suck, right? Yes, yeah, it would suck. Anyways, though, if I just go ahead, go vertical, and then 4, bring it all the way down, right? Because then from here... Hold on, let me just go ahead and patch this hole real quick. Anyways, though, from here, though, if I can go ahead and do... What would it be? It would have to be a 1 meter foundation, right? I'm trying to figure out how to do this here. Oh no, you know what you do? So if I just build it out slightly like that, just go ahead and build a foundation right here. Delete that. Do something like that. And then It has to be 2. Okay, that's why it's not working, is because it's not deep enough. Anyways, though, what I'm trying to... nah, 131 subs is crazy. It really is. It really is. Anyways, though, just to kind of explain what's going on here so I don't look like a crazy person, is I'm trying to get the foundation slightly underwater so I can then snap water extractors up to the grid. So they're not just kind of like all free floating and stuff. How deep is the water though? Is it really just kind of like... Okay, so it does get deep all the way out though. Actually, where do the water, the fuel... Okay, so they start all the way out there anyways. Okay, so I have to build it out for a bit anyways. That's good. So just go zoop, do 1 meters, build it all the way out there. And so this should be deep enough, right? Oh yeah, that's more than deep enough. So from here, just place down, or no, over here. And then I need a 4 meter foundation over there. And then it's got to be 2 meters, right? It's easy. It's easier to do this in clear water, like kind of near up where it's not the swamp biome up here. It's easier to do it up there because the water's clear, but I know I need wait, hold on a second. Hold on, I need that, and then I need vertical. It needs to be a 2 meter foundation. So if I just go ahead and place it down right there. Now you can't see it, but if I grab a water extractor, if I can find it, there you go. If I grab a water extractor, oh, it needs to go out a bit more. That's what it is. If I go ahead and place it like all the way out there, you can snap water extractors to the grid just like that. You see, so you can have water extractors snap to the grid. That's pretty cool anyways. You know what though, this might should I snap it to the grid though? It would look cleaner definitely if I snapped it to the grid, but nah, you know what, I'm gonna snap it to the grid. Just the one annoying part is I can't actually see the foundations. Oh, you know what? Actually, there is a way, because I watched this video a while back, right? Where if you go to here, go to edit, and then let's take a really bright color like green. Kind of something like that. And then mess with the variables, like... For example, the highest it goes is 1, but like 10. And 10. Something like that. 110, that's a bit much. But yeah, if you set it to something like that and then save... it's called test for right now. And then make it matte. It doesn't make it more noticeable. Damn. It's gonna be really annoying to build this then. You can't actually... If I go underwater here, though, you can see the foundation's kind of underneath there. $332. Am I growing that fast? I'm already at 332. Damn. What was I saying? Oh yeah, about placing it on the grid. You know what? Let me, this is future me problems. I'm gonna go ahead and leave this for later. For right now, let me go and get all the belt work done top side. And see about figuring that out later. Because I can't be bothered to do it right now. I'm gonna do a shout out. Is that good with you? Yeah? Yeah, I'm okay with a shout out if you want to do that. Anyways though, so as far as the actual like configuration of how I want to configure the belts and stuff. So if I go ahead and stick with the plan I just came up with earlier and have the uranium fuel rods on the bottom here and then the nuclear waste on top facing that way. Right, something like that. Because then it would be in something kind of like that configuration, or no, you know what? If I have it in a straight mode, that's kind of the same. What I could do from here is get the pipeline thing set up here. Place, say, one about there. Then that was a big leg spike right there anyways though. Place another one right there. Get the pipeline going. Needs to be a bit taller, it looks like. But just for demonstration purposes. Yeah, that should actually work out really good. Nothing is clipping. Ooh, the pipeline is kind of clipping. That's not really that bad though. It's not like... Oh no, but the nuclear barrels are gonna go straight through it, so I have to make it taller anyways. So if I actually go ahead and make it taller, how much taller would I need it? Maybe about 2 things tall. That should do it. Go ahead and get my pipe here. And actually being too tall, or too stackable pipeline things tall, also makes it even with the input here, so you can go ahead and do that. So that looks good and everything. It isn't clipping with the belts. And that should work. Or no, I can't do that because the way I want to configure it is it's gonna... Each nuclear reactor are gonna have their own water extractors. So would a floor pipe actually fit through here and then do something like that? Yeah, so that would work. It also looks way better too because you don't have a bunch of pipes going everywhere. Like all you really see is just this small pipe kind of poking out the end there, kind of like that. Of course, I'm going to have to configure this a little bit more. But this actually does look pretty good. Do something like that. So then I just have 1 or 2 water extractors on the bottom there. That should work the way I think it should work. The shout out was so cringy. That's fine, man. I don't really care. I mean, I appreciate you shouting me out, but if you lose subs, don't blame me. No, I won't blame you, bro. It's fine. But yeah, kind of like a configuration, something like this going all the way down. I mean, that should work somewhat decently, right? But the only way to find out is if I actually build up an entire row like this. I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, do you think this kind of like configuration looks good? Or should I play around with it a little bit more? I mean, I think it looks good. It'll get the job done. Because then, yeah, everything can just go ahead and do that. Yeah, it's good. Okay. I have to make sure all of these splitters and mergers are lined up, otherwise it's not going to work. The one really annoying thing about this build, though, is I couldn't build any of this inside of a blueprint, so I have to build all of this by hand, which is super annoying. Like, it's actually pretty annoying. But it also brings me back to the good old days of Satisfactory before you had blueprints and you had to build everything by hand. So that's really nice. Why do you keep going over there? Oh, because the intake is backwards on this thing. Another huge leg spike. Anyways, though, but that would explain why you're not working, because you're backwards. Anyways, though, if I just go ahead and do something like that. Grab a merger, place it the right way around. Oh no, wait, hold on a second. With that. Yeah, that should work, right? If I go ahead straight mode, yeah, there you go. Which leaves me enough room to place down a pipe floor hole to then go ahead and do something like that. So there you go. Pretty nice looking design overall. Actually, you know what I'm going to do with this one, just so it matches? I'm going to go ahead and do that. And yeah, so pretty much from here, I'm going to rinse and repeat the process for all 4 rows. It's going to take forever to do this, but looks good, love it. I mean, I don't play Satisfactory, but it looks good. Okay. Your grandma made you pumpkin pie? Bro. Dude, grandmas make all the best food. Like, I mean, my grandma used to make like a lot of, what is it, like pasta and like lasagna and stuff, and it tasted so good. And then she would also like make a bunch of like, yeah, like pumpkin pie or apple pie. She actually grows her own cranberries up in Canada, so she would also make cranberry pie. It's pretty good. It tastes kind of like, I don't know, best way to describe cranberry pie. Or Saskatoon berry pie, too. How would you describe that? Basic grandma starter pack is Michelin star cooking. Oh, definitely. And infinite love, definitely. I had it lined up here a second ago. Where is it? Let's see. Also, another thing I wanted to ask you guys too is the background music I'm playing, is it all right? Because I just kind of found some, what is it, like not copyrighted music on the YouTube library and just kind of put some of them together. So I was also wondering if you guys also like the background music too. I did notice that's decent. Yeah, I mean, it isn't the best in the world. It's definitely not my first pick for background music, but I'm too scared of getting copyrighted to play anything else. Oh no, I just feel calm here. Yeah, man. I mean, I just want everybody to feel nice and calm, right? Like, just nice and chill. I like talking to you. Yeah, man. I mean, it's nice talking to people. I also do enjoy talking to you too. Yeah, what? MK cable. Yeah, I mean, the cable saga has unfortunately ended because I am done building up all of the nuclear power plants. Although I do sense I am going to most definitely have a problem with my alclad aluminum sheets though. But I mean, the dimensional depots are actually doing a really good job of keeping it stocked, so maybe I will actually get this finished on time. Let's see, how is it looking so far? Because I've already done, I don't know, it kind of looks like half, maybe a bit more than that for this row here anyways. I mean, aesthetically wise, it looks pretty good, and it also looks like it's functional, or it should be functional anyways. Because then actually, for this row, how would I get the nuclear fuel rods to it? I mean, it shouldn't be too difficult because the row that I'm going to be using is this second row right here. Wait, hold on. You guys aren't working. Why aren't you working? Encased uranium. Wait, hold on. This is actually a problem. Why aren't you making encased uranium cells? Dude, what's going on, man? Sulfuric acid, bro. No way. There's no way. I have 600 per minute moving through the... Wait, hold on. 50 times 12. I said 12. 600, right? So I have 12 refineries hooked up. Is one of you, like, underclocked? Or what's going on? Why are you off? You shouldn't be off. You're backed up on sulfuric acid? How are you backed up if they're not getting enough sulfuric acid, bro? What is this game? Like, sometimes this game makes no sense. You're not working because you're backed up, but yet you're not using enough. What is this game sometimes? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna go ahead and redo the pipe work for it. Go ahead and get myself a pipe junction. Oh, come on. Just do something like that. Are you actually getting rid of sulfuric acid, bro? Why aren't you getting rid of sulfuric acid? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so I do have... Okay, that was a huge lag spike. Anyways, though, but yeah, these 12 nuclear... Sorry, nuclear. The sulfuric acid refineries. So, what's the big idea here, man? You know what I'm going to try and do? I'm going to get rid of you and put more powerful pumps, see what that does. Sorry, just reading chat here. Yeah, I do have Discord. Problem is I never use Discord because just I don't have many friends that are on Discord anyways. We mainly just use Messenger. But I do have a Discord account lying around somewhere. I don't know. I mean, I would have to go like really digging for it. I wouldn't be able to find it like right now though. Anyways though, so let's see. Is better pumps actually doing anything? Better pumps better be doing something, because this is starting to turn into a wee bit of a problem if I can't make enough. Only 29% efficiency, dude. How? You were fine like a few hours ago. Oh, you know what I could do? This is kind of stupid, but I could mix the two lines. It's kind of dumb, but it might just work. Okay, if you want to get in touch, we can. Yeah, I definitely do want to get in touch. I just have to find my Discord account. Anyways, though. So I mixed the two lines now, so the main line and the second line are now mixing. So this is definitely backed up on sulfuric acid. These lines are getting all of their sulfuric acid now. What is that? It's even working too. Damn. No, there's a better way of doing that. But anyways, though, I think mixing the lines is what I just need to do. Yeah, because now you're running way more efficiently. Right? For most of you? Oh, most of you are running way more efficiently now. He said if you want to use the music, then you can. Okay, that's good. Again, though, like I said, I definitely do want to get in touch, but I have to find my Discord account. Looks like everything's running efficiently now. Which means all of you should now be running more efficiently. It is like mission critical that all of these machines run at exactly 100% efficiency. Otherwise, there will be bad things. Bad things will happen. Massive lag spike again. Anyways, 61 total viewers for this entire stream, though. That's pretty good, actually. I'm pretty proud of that. Anyways, how long have I been streaming for? Almost 2.5 hours now. Or exactly 2.5 hours now. That's actually a long time. You know what I might do? I might end the stream. Not now, I mean, a bit later though. Maybe in about a half hour or 45 minutes. Go ahead and just do the belt work. You know, the one thing that I mean, I don't hate doing belt work, but it's like a love-hate relationship almost with me and belt work in Satisfactory, because it's like super calming to do belt work, but it's also like extremely repetitive and gets boring super fast. Especially if you don't have blueprints to just hook everything up, it can get like super daunting and tiring to do after a while. Alright, he does want to be credited. And can give you the link. Oh, definitely, yeah, I'll definitely put his link in the description and stuff. I totally understand. He has a bunch more music. I have 2 things right now. Okay. And just like that, I think I finished the first row of belt work. So that actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Right? I mean, that is all of them. So that leaves 4 more rows to do. And then from there, I have to deal with the absolute mess of water extractors. But it honestly shouldn't be too bad overall. So, is this actually centered? It is not centered, which I actually am okay with. The one thing I do want to make sure is that all of these are lined up properly on each level. Let's see what's going on in chat. Nothing much. Actually, real quickly, just because I'm curious, what's my total sub count now? $332 subs. That's pretty good, actually. Yo, 332. Yeah, I know, right? 332 subs. I mean, I guess my kind of like end goal for or not my end goal, but definitely a milestone I'm trying to reach for my YouTube channel is 500 subscribers. At least for right now. I want to see if I can actually get to 500 subscribers. I mean, that would be pretty insane if I actually got to 500 subscribers. Yo, 500 is so cool. It's a good goal. Yeah, I think it's a good goal anyways. Alright, it's getting a bit quiet up in here, so real quickly, let me just ask you guys a quick question. What are your guys' favorite games to play? Or like favorite genre of games to play, I should say. So like FPS games, or like, I don't know, real-time strategy. Like what kind of games you like? Well, like, do you like logistics-based games like what I'm playing now, or do you like, yeah, Fortnite, Minecraft? Okay. I just want to see what kind of games you guys like, so I know like what kind of games to kind of like look out for in the future for playthroughs and stuff. FPS games, so like first person shooters. I don't know, what kind of first person shooters do I have actually? I don't have a lot of first person shooters that, now I think about it. Mainly because they just take up a ton of room. Like, I think Call of Duty, what is it, Warzone? Call of Duty Warzone takes up like 150 gigs of memory on your computer, which is just insane. Like, I only do have 500 gigs on my computer, which isn't a lot to begin with, and then I'm gonna bog it down with like, so yeah, though, I mean, actually, one FPS game I do have, it's called Ravenfield, and I've had it for a while now, and it's definitely not the most polished game out there. Like, it is very, well, not bad looking per se, but it's definitely nothing like Call of Duty or Fortnite or stuff like that. But it is super modifiable. Like, you can mod the absolute living daylights out of that game. Which is why I like it so much. I like games that you can just absolutely mod the crap out of. And games that have a great storyline to it. Yeah, I also do like games with a great storyline to it, like, for example, I really like the Fallout series, like Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 3, Fallout 4. I really do enjoy those games. I also like the Assassin's Creed storyline too. That's also really interesting. Fallout, I've never played Fallout, but it looks like a fun game to watch. Yeah, Fallout is definitely a very fun game to play. I really do enjoy playing it. I would recommend, though, you start by playing Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3 first, because those are kind of like the OG GOATs of the series, if you will. Fallout 4 is also pretty good, but it just doesn't have the same level of energy as Fallout New Vegas. I don't think my dad would let me. That's fair enough. I mean, it is a bit of a violent and graphic game. Payday and Red Dead Redemption. You know, actually, if there is one game that I've always pondered on, like, getting, it is definitely Red Dead Redemption 2. Because I really love, like, history and learning about history. And I know Red Dead Redemption 2 isn't exactly, I don't know, the most historically accurate game, but it, like, takes place during the, I don't know, looks like the later years of the Wild West, if you will, which looks pretty cool, like I just said. Just the problem is it costs so much on Steam, and even when it goes on sale, it's still like $30. Yeah, it's like $70. I know, I mean, as much as I do like games like Red Dead Redemption 2 and stuff, like, paying $70 for a game is just outrageous to me. Unless you know you're at least gonna spend at least over 100 hours on the game, I would totally wait for it to go on sale. I have it on Steam. I got it for my birthday. Yeah, that's pretty nice, bro. Getting free games is always the best. Actually, another game I have that I also really enjoy playing, it's called 60 Seconds. And what it is, it's kind of like it's like a post-apocalyptic kind of game. So like, you have 60 seconds to gather up all of the supplies you can and throw it in your bunker, and then you have to like try and survive and, you know, beat the game and get all sorts of different endings and stuff. So that's another game I also do enjoy playing. Mary Jane is a gremlin, literally. Yeah, kind of, a little bit. Subnautica 2? I don't know, actually, this is a debate I have with my brother. Is Subnautica Below Zero actually Subnautica 2? Like, or is it just like, not, or is it just kind of like an add-on to the first one? It's not, so... Well, I know it isn't, like, Subnautica 2, like the second Subnautica, but it is the second game in the series, if you want to call it that, so it is, at least by definition, the second Subnautica game. Right? Like, does that make sense? Because it is the second game in the series, so therefore, you would think it is the second game. But I do understand, because it really isn't Subnautica 2, it's more of an add-on to the first one. And I am actually really excited for Subnautica 3 to come out, too. Or Subnautica 3, Subnautica 2, wow. I'm so confused, I'm doing too many things at the same time. Sorry, I am really excited for Subnautica 2 to come out. Let's see. Subnautica is Subnautica 1, and Subnautica Below Zero is the sequel. Is the second game. Well, third game. But it's completely different. I agree. You see, like, that makes sense, though, right? Because Subnautica 2 is going to be the second game. It is going to be way different. But Subnautica Below Zero in itself is also different from the regular Subnautica, too. Just like, I mean, I'm confusing myself now at this point. I'm not sure what I'm trying to convince myself of. But yeah, definitely, like, Subnautica Below Zero is, like, a sequel, and is a sequel to the first one, but then the second one is going to be the second one. I guess is what I'm trying to say in so many words. Anyways, though, are my refineries actually working properly now? They are too, working properly. How many awesome tickets do I have? Wow, I have 324 awesome tickets, bro. That's pretty insane. Subnautica 2 multiplayer. There's 2 people in the thumbnail. I have heard that it is going to be like, it's going to have like co-op on it. But like even Subnautica 1 right now, I do know there is a mod for it where it turns Subnautica, like the first one, into a co-op multiplayer game. It is super buggy though, because the first Subnautica wasn't designed for that, but apparently there is a mod for it that makes it possible. There is a mod for it, but it's a pain to work. Well, I would imagine so, because if you're trying to take like a dedicated single player game and then turning in multiplayer, I mean, that's there's gotta be a lot of stuff that goes into that. And then like for it to like work properly, so I mean, yeah, I mean, it would definitely be a pain to get it to work and stuff. Me and my friend tried it and it was so annoying. I would imagine it would be annoying because like I just said, trying to get a dedicated single player game to work on a multiplayer platform, or like to get it to work with multiplayer support or whatever, like that's just gonna, I mean, of course it's gonna be like full of bugs and it's gonna be super annoying to work because the game wasn't designed for that. But I mean, I'm actually Subnautica, I'm actually almost, like, the first one anyways. I'm actually kind of, not happy, but, like, I can appreciate why they did make it single player, because the game is, I mean, really just well enough single player anyways, but it would be cool to play with friends. The Seamoth doesn't even have the character in it. Lethal Company sounds like a good game. Never heard of Lethal Company. What is Lethal Company? It sounds interesting, actually. Or I have heard of it on Steam. Like, I've heard of it, but I've never actually looked at it. So, like, I don't know. Do you know what the game's about? Because it sounds kind of interesting. Well, if you do make Subnautica content, then make a new save. Obviously, I will make a new save. I mean, it would just be kind of stupid if I didn't. Right? And then Lethal Company is an alien scrap finding game. Okay. Like, if you go into a facility and find metal, well, there are monsters in it. Okay, so it's... Okay. That sounds kind of interesting, actually. I mean... Yeah, I mean, it kind of sounds a bit interesting, I'd say. Lethal Company. And try and survive. So, like... You're, like, on an alien world going through different buildings trying to find scrap while staying alive. I mean, yeah, I guess that sounds like a fun game. I'll definitely check it out later on. For right now, though, I have to build up all of my belt work. How long have I been streaming for now? Almost 3 hours. I might cut the stream soon, just because I've been streaming a while. Yeah, it's always good to take breaks. I mean, I don't really understand how people can, like, sit and stream for, like, 8 or 9 hours in one sitting. Like, that's insane levels of dedication. I mean, don't get me wrong. If I tried hard enough, I could probably, like, spend 8 or 9 hours straight playing Satisfactory or whatever other game, but, like, that just takes next level dedication. Lethal Company. Okay. Sorry, so I'm just kind of like reading chat right now because I missed a few messages, and so so Lethal Company. You go into facilities, find metal. Well, there's monsters in it. You try and survive and make money. You're on a different planet. Okay, so okay, it sounds like an interesting game. I'll actually check that out later on. For right now, I mean, I got a few game suggestions now for what I can play next stream. So far right now I have Subnautica, Payday, Lethal Company now. Sounds interesting. But Payday definitely is interesting me a lot, actually. Especially if it's for $2. I will totally participate on your stream and play Payday with you. Also, Payday's multiplayer too. That actually sounds kind of fun. I mean, I'll think about it. I mean, totally, playing multiplayer does interest me. But maybe for like when... I mean, maybe for like my first stream or whatever, when I get my... what is it? When I first look at the game, I might just want to play some multiplayer starting off, just so I can experience the game. But definitely, like, multiplayer does sound super fun and interesting, and definitely want to check that out too. How long have I been streaming now? For just over 3 hours. You know what? Yeah, so you know what? I'm actually going to end the stream here. I mean, it's already been 3 hours and I'm pretty tired. Yeah, so just to kind of summarize what I actually got done in today's stream, I built up all 60 nuclear reactors, which was pretty fun. I also got some of the belt work done, not all of it, but some of it. And yeah, also had a pretty fun time talking with you guys today also. I'm definitely going to be back online again sometime tomorrow, maybe. That's fine with me. I had a lot of fun. Yeah, I mean, I had a lot of fun too. I mean, this is the first time I've streamed like ever too, so I also found this pretty fun too. Me too. I had a lot of fun. Yeah, streaming is definitely a lot of fun, and I do want to try it again tomorrow. Definitely. It also exploded my channel too. I went from 120 to 100 to over 130 subscribers in one day, so that was also pretty good. But yeah, I mean, to those in the chat that are not subscribed yet, if you could also please subscribe. I mean, that would be greatly appreciated also. And I hope you did also enjoy today's stream, because I know I also enjoyed today's stream. Let's see, is there anything else? I mean, not really, just... Well, yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's stream, and I hope you guys have yourselves a good rest of your day. So yeah, I don't really know how to end live streams, so I'll see you guys later, probably tomorrow. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Just say see ya, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. See you guys later. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll talk to you guys, or see you guys later. So